That was a lot of fun. Well, at this point, it's my great pleasure to sort of start the ball rolling on the presentation of the Outstanding Achievement in Ragtime Award. This is something that the Foundation presents every year to somebody who has shown sort of a long-time commitment to ragtime. These awards have been given out in the past to scholars, to performers, to composers, to people who do all of those things. And this year, for the first time, I believe, in the history of the festival, we're actually awarding 2 Outstanding Achievement in Ragtime Awards because we had so many overwhelming letters of support for both of these individuals. We really got nominations for more than a dozen individuals, and all of them were very, very deserving of this, but 2 really rose to the top this year as people who have done so much for ragtime to preserve it, to promote it, to study it, and to really help it thrive in the 20th and now into the 21st century. And to present our first award, I'd like to introduce Adam Swanson.
Hello, everyone. I'm incredibly honored to get to do this tonight. And it's not the first time I have presented the Lifetime Achievement Award here in Sedalia, but this time it's extremely meaningful. And the award is going to a couple. Sadly, one passed away in February before he could receive it in person. And she is not going to be here either in person, but we have a video that we're going to play after I announce the names, and that way she can still participate. This couple have probably been involved with ragtime almost 18 or 20 years now, and you know, this award has primarily gone to, in the past, to major performers, names like Max Morath and Johnny Maddox and Dick Hyman and so forth and so on, Wally Rose. But there are other people now receiving this award who have contributed so much in other ways. This award is going to Mike&Penny Schwarz, who have spent most of their life in Baltimore, Maryland. Oh, there's Mike and Penny. And when they discovered ragtime, they just immediately fell in love with it and devoted so much of their time and energy to this music. They even went to lifelong learning classes on the history of antique sheet music with Tex Wyndham. And Mike Schwarz then started collecting sheet music. It became thousands of pieces which he shared with musicians. The 2 of them hosted dozens of house concerts at their lovely home in Baltimore for myself, Martin Spitznagel, Brian Wright, Daniel Suvigny, and even when they didn't host house concerts anymore, they would host musicians in their home, pick them up, drive them to gigs, other ragtime festivals all over the country. They did this over and over again. And I would not have made it through the 2 years for my master's degree without Mike and Penny helping me get through Peabody in Baltimore. I would not have made it through grad school if Mike had not been there to cook steaks on the grill every week in the snow. And they are also big classical music lovers and have many important friends in that field all over the East Coast and New York. They're involved in the Baroque music scene, and they're big opera lovers, and they introduced so many of these people to ragtime and early jazz. They just deserve so much credit. So, if only Penny could be here in person this week, but you know, we're going to present her with the Outstanding Achievement Award in Ragtime anyway. So this is for the late Mike&Penny Schwarz.
Family, you are all so special to me, and I am sorry that I cannot be with you in person. Many thanks for bestowing the award upon Mike and me. This is a very bittersweet moment for me because I wish that Mike could be with us. he would feel so proud and honored. He loved all of the musicians, festivals, and all of our new friends. Mike's passion was collecting vintage sheet music. He had, at this point, over 4,000 pieces in his collection, and this was really his pride and joy, a labor of love. He was so full of love and surprises, especially as evidenced by his having the work, One for Penny, that was commissioned to Brian Wright, played at the last festival. Brian was as surprised as I was. Thanks also to Bill Edwards for helping with this production. Even though Mike was so ill, he loved watching festivals online and hearing perform. We adopted so many ragtime musicians and made so many wonderful friends. He loved all of these people. Although we only had one biological son, we adopted many musicians. And I am so proud to say that I want everyone to still be a part of my adopted family. Again, many thanks.
Yes, they were absolutely adopted grandparents to so many of us, and I'm so pleased we could honor Mike and Penny Schwarz in that way tonight. We have, as I said, a second winner of the Outstanding Achievement Award this year, and I was in on some of the board conversations, and there was a little bit of a wonder, did it take anything away from either winner if we had two of them this year? And we all decided we didn't think so, because it's not really a competition. It's simply a moment to, like I said, honor those who have done so much for this music. And our next winner tonight has done an extraordinary number of things. And unfortunately, the person who nominated him, one of several actually, could not be here tonight to deliver his message in person. So again, we'll rely on the magic of video technology. So I'm going to turn it over now, digitally, to Larry Melton to present the second award this evening for the Outstanding Achievement in Ragtime Award.
Oh, hello. This must be Sedalia calling. Thanks for coming all the way over here to near St. Louis. It's good to see everybody tonight. I'm sorry I'm not able to be there. I'm locked down here where I am. It's not because of COVID, it's just because I was getting on everybody's nerves, so they decided to shut me in. But it's sure good to be with you tonight, and especially on this special occasion. Before I get to my assigned task, I want to take a moment to congratulate the Festival Foundation Board for keeping the syncopation going from Sedalia, where it began there, with Scott Joplin and John Stark in 1899, right up the street from where you're sitting now. The syncopated Saturday night programs kept the spirit of syncopation going during this awful pandemic period that we have had, and it kept the festival alive as well. I appreciate all those of you that were involved in this endeavor. This is the 40th live festival going back to 1974 and the 42nd year of the syncopated programs thanks to the syncopated Saturday nights. 1974 doesn't seem like almost 50 years ago, but 2 years from now we'll be celebrating that anniversary. The tradition of ragtime in Sedalia goes back, of course, to the original composers, but in 1950, Bryn Campbell was responsible for a memorial concert that began a series of programs there in Sedalia. Abe Rosenthal hosted that memorial concert dedicated to Scott Joplin. He was the director of the Sedalia Orchestra for years and a profound civic leader. Then there were the many concerts that Bob Darsh conducted there, especially the 1959 and 1960 centennial programs that really began an interest then in the tradition of ragtime that Joplin had established. Bob Darsh's centennial concerts featured Arthur Marshall and Tom Ireland, who were still living at the time. In 1989, the festival board inaugurated the Outstanding Achievement Award in Ragtime. The first recipient that year was Mr. Ragtime himself, Max Morath. Max played an important role in the 1974 first event. I spoke with him yesterday, and he and Diane send their greetings to all of you in Sedalia. They, of course, wish they were here as I do, but it's good to hear from Max. He's been a stalwart in ragtime and has helped so many people over the years. I spoke to the 2014 recipient of the award, Tex Wyndham, a while back. And Tex said he has his plaque right in their foyer, so people see it as they come into their home. When Bill Edwards received his award in 2016, he said it's the equivalent of an Oscar, Pulitzer, Tony, and Grammy all at once in the field of ragtime. The 2022 recipient of the Outstanding Achievement Award pursued a career in environmental engineering. He has been an avid hiker, outdoorsman, and environmentalist in his retirement. However, the award is for his work in music and ragtime, and our recipient has been actively researching, interviewing, writing, and composing for many years. He has an archive collection of interviews with country artists dating back to the 1950s, including Eck Robertson, Clayton McMission, Maybelle Carter of the Virginia Carter family, Walter Bales, and Ernest Tubbs. Our recipient has composed over 25 rags himself and received many awards for his work. One of my favorites, Marching Through Sedalia, can be heard on YouTube, and he has 2 pieces on Danny Matson's Ragtime Wizardry CDs. His music is often heard at festivals and in concerts. He wrote festival reviews for many programs for over 20 years, including this venerable event. And in 1995, he participated in forming the Roseleaf Ragtime Club in California. Most recently, his paper, Etymology of Ragtime, has been published in the journal Comments on Etymology. It traces the word rag from its origin in 1829. Dr. Edward Berlin has called it a monumental work, and I think it must surely be nearly definitive. Finally, this year's recipient is a wonderful friend to me and to all of you through his generous contributions of time, resources, and talent. This truncated introduction barely touches his many achievements. As I now bid you farewell, it is my pleasure and honor to announce the 2022 SJIRF Outstanding Award in Ragtime. It goes to Fred Hoeptner of La Crescenta, California. Thank you very much. I'm overwhelmed. Thank you.
Apparently, I'm one of the few ragtimers still around who is sufficiently archaic to predate the sting. I'm really excited to return to Sedalia after our enforced hiatus. I can't rationally explain my infatuation with ragtime. I had rudimentary music lessons as a child and teenager, but I have been unable to attain an adequate level of skill as a pianist. I was educated as a civil and environmental engineer, but I still recall that evening in 1957 when I first heard ragtime, both the music and the word. I had just been released from active duty in the Navy, and a friend had suggested going to a local beer bar to hear a traditional jazz band. At intermission, the pianist played a piece that hit me like a bolt of lightning, James Scott's Grace and Beauty. I asked my friend, "What kind of music is that?" He replied, "It's called ragtime." Through the years, as I followed vocational and avocational pursuits, climbed a few mountains, fortunately without killing myself, worked on environmental issues and conservation campaigns, married and raised a daughter, ragtime was always in my mind. I returned to ragtime with the 1990 Scott Joplin Festival and have attended every one since. My brain has continued to create ragtime melodies, which I've converted to compositions and posted on YouTube, played by professional musicians. In 2015, I realized that ragtime's consummate mystery was still unsolved. The source of the word rag itself, which the prestigious Oxford English Dictionary called uncertain and disputed, and authors Jason and Tishner called undiscoverable. After finding the term in an 1881 newspaper headline and in an obscure, privately printed pamphlet from 1829, I began intensive research using primarily online newspaper archives. I finished a draft of a monograph just before the pandemic, but my unfamiliarity with etymological protocols caused my submittals to be politely but firmly rejected. My effort was eventually rewarded when by pure chance I corresponded with Professor Gerald Leonard Cohen of the Missouri University of Science and Technology, who publishes his own journal, Comments on Etymology. To him, I owe a big debt of gratitude for appreciating, vetting, and publishing my monograph. The revised version, dated January 2021, is available online at the Scholar's Mind website. I truly consider the Scott Joplin Award as a momentous highlight of my life. I want to sincerely thank the festival board and staff and my nominator, Larry Melton, for this honor. Now I wish to one and all keep on ragging.
One more round of applause for Fred Hoeptner, Mike&Penny Schwarz. I hear a little voice off to the side asking me, what time is it? What time is it? I'm guessing you have a graphic that will announce this. Let's all go to the lobby. I heard somebody saying it. In this case, I don't know if we have popcorn and snacks. Maybe we do. We have, what's that?
Do you have cigarettes?
No, I don't believe we do. Or hot dogs. But we do have CDs and shirts and tote bags and all kinds of other ragtime-related goodies in the Ragtime store, which will only, I'm told, be open during intermission today. So this is your last chance at the festival to pick up some CDs, shirts, bumper stickers, whatever else they have over there that you can take home with you. So Let's take 15, go out, stretch your legs, get a breath of fresh air, buy some CDs, and we'll see you back here in 15 minutes for the second half. Thank you.